Well, today the fun begins. I'm going to build my own little ranch house for my property. It's about 2 hours north of where I live. I'm going to do a modular style. It'll be a 12 by 16 to begin with, and then I will add 2 additions, one on each side, which will be a 10 by 16 on each side. It will have a wraparound porch, a gable roof. It's going to be a 6/12 pitch, and so let the fun begin. Today the fun begins. These are my supplies. I'm doing a 12 by 16 ranch style house that will eventually have 2 additions on it. The supplies have only cost me about $2,300. I'm building it here on my lot. I'm hoping it's going to take me about a month to build, and it's going to be modular, so I'll be able to take it apart and transport it to my property about 2 hours north. Okay, first thing I did is I set up my level. This is a laser level, cheapie I bought from Harbor Freight. Got it all completely level. Look at that right there, pretty spot on with the bubbles. Good to go. Okay, I completed the second step. Really the first step, but I was able to level out all the spots first. Got the dirt as level as possible using laser. I then put a 16 by 16 paver down, and below the 16 by 16 paver, of course, is paver base, crushed rock. And then I did the blocks on top. Now I'm getting ready to cut the pressure treated wood to go on top of the blocks. Currently that is 12 feet across, 12 and a half feet across by 16 feet deep. Okay, today's the end of day 3. Got my floor joists in, it's all level. I did a 2 by 6 by 16 floor joists. I've made this so that it's, as I said before, it's going to be modular. So 1 part, 2 parts, and 3 parts. Hopefully that'll be easy enough to carry. Tomorrow we'll be putting the sheathing down and building trusses. Should be a good day. Of course, you got to go to work first and then come home and work. Here I'm adding the temporary flooring. All right, it's time for the next step of building my, what I'm lovingly call the ranch house. I've cut all the wood for 5 of the trusses, all the interior trusses. The exterior trusses I'll do at the end. It took me 3 hours to cut all the pieces. You can see by looking at this truss, I'm doing a 5/12 pitch on the top and a 2/12 pitch on the bottom. So I'll have a slightly vaulted ceiling on the inside. The bottom board had 4 different cuts. Not too bad. Took me about 3 hours. So on to building we go. As what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna nail them together. I've cut all these individual pieces here, and that's what I'm going to use. And then I've got the nails, which are a 2 3/8 inch nail, ring shank. And then I'm also using this Loctite glue to adhere it together. And I'll do that on both sides of the trusses. So let's see how they turn out. Let's get rolling. I've got about 2.5 hours of sunlight left. Oh, there it is, second to the last one, the 2 outside. Got the others done, 5 of them. Oh man. Yep, got them done. All right, so I did 5. I'm doing them 2 foot on center and 12 by 16. Yep. Took me about 3 hours with the help from my wife, of course, to make those 5. Gonna call it a night. Got the trusses all done. The one that's on the deck is one of the outside trusses. And of course I've got 5 with the vaulted ceiling, and then one on top of that is another outside deck. Tomorrow I begin walls. It's going pretty well. I had to do the metal ties on the outside so when I put my sheathing on it'll be flush. Otherwise I did wood with glue on the inside. Here my son and I, we begin putting up the walls. Well, there you go, the walls are up. Left the bottom of the doors uncut for transportation purposes. It's pretty big. I'm sure my neighbors will be glad to have it out of here. Yep. Turned out pretty good. And I did it in less than 30 days, including building my own trusses. Yeah, it'll be nice. View of the outside. There's the trusses over there. Turned out pretty good. Here we're taking them down so they can be transported. And here we're loading them so we can get them to our property.